Hello, let's do a quick audio test with the music on and then with the music off. So this is with the music on. Okay, cool. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cough. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Sorry, I got quite a cough. I've not long had my lunch. Hello, Shira. Oh. One moment. Okay. Let me just pull up that. Hello and welcome back to GVL PowerWash Simulator. It's been a couple of weeks since I last played this, but last time, well, you see, we're now at like 90% done. And last time we unlocked the fishing boat, which is approaching the very end of the game. Crab Bay Marina. Jerry Jambalaya. I swear the world is getting weirder by the day. Last night I was out on my boat when I caught whiff of the glorious smell. Imagine if you took just the juiciest little shrimp and exchanged all the bits of that flavor that you loved and removed all the bits you hated. Then added a little pinch of parsley. That was the smell. Naturally I followed it, and if it hadn't gone more than half a nautical mile due west, when this huge wave came out of nowhere, scooped me up and beached me on the foreshore like a curious beluga. No idea what a beluga is. It's gonna need a good hosing before I hit those waves again. Can you hear me okay? Is everything coming through clearly? I hope so. Right. Ah, new location. Look at that beautiful ocean. And a beautiful lighthouse. And a beautiful doom volcano. Right, it's been a little while, so I'm just having to remind myself of the controls. Also, I think... yeah, new item. So I have all of these. What do I not have here? Aha! The Pro Triple Tip Nozzle. 3-prong nozzle that provides high pressure over a wide area. And there's an achievement, Unlimited Power Wash. So I've got all of the things for the best one. So I think that is actually everything I've now bought. Oh, apart from modifications. Yeah. A beluga is a type of whale. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, it does vaguely ring a bell. Right, what is the thing on this one? I believe there is an achievement. Complete the fishing boat bow, steps, and main deck. That's the hull. Where's the bow? Main deck. Steps and bow. So the floor, basically. I gotta say that in all my time at sea, I've never seen a wave like that before. It's because the world's ending, mate. I'm racking my brain just trying to think of what could have caused such a thing. End of the world, mate. I'm actually running an end of the world discount. It only costs 150% rather than the usual 200%. It's like the kind of thing you'd expect when the side falls off a volcano or there's some sort of subterranean earthquake or something like that. So basically, I'm offering my services at 50% off. You know, 150% down from 200. That's a good deal. 50% off. Apparently there's a neat Easter egg on the roofs of some of the buildings. What are they? What are they? The cats. They're all watching me. Because I'm going to save the world here. But the cats all left town. Why would they... Oh, no, they came down to the marina. Now I remember. Yeah. They were all coming here. Oh, God, that's so creepy. Why are the cats all staring out to sea? How do the cats know what's going to happen? Because of the cat god. We established that last time, didn't we? It's a nice boat. Is it normal to have a wooden deck for a boat? You'd think it would be a bad idea given, you know, rot and stuff. What am I missing here? Nice. 1 steps. Oh, I should try out the new thing, shouldn't I? So that's a high pressure one, like a wide single nozzle. So it's that one, but 3 of them. Cool. Hey Luca, how's it going? I've got to be careful I don't accidentally finish, like, the pipe or something. Yeah. Actually, this is coming off quite easily. What about a 25? Yeah, 25 might do the trick. Now I'll switch back to this for the careful bits here. I don't want to do... Oh, no, the chain's barely been done. Oh, does the chain extend down there? It looks like it might. Actually, nope, that does quite a bit of it, so I've got to be careful. This looks pretty damn done to me. Yeah, nice. Alright, just the main deck to do, which is already over half done. I love the sound of the ocean. Switch back to this one. Okay, looks like I'm just mopping up little bits now. Yay! All hands on deck achievement. Nice. Alright, now I can clean the thing properly. Alright, so I'll just start up here and work my way across. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. So, yesterday, I got, like, virtually no sleep. Because at the moment, I am mostly nocturnal. Because it's too noisy for me to work here during, record during the day. I can edit my videos during the day, I just can't record. So, I've been recording at night. Because of that, I'm, like, mostly nocturnal. And then yesterday, we had solar panels installed. And they arrived at about 7:10 in the morning. I had been in bed for 20 minutes. And I just hear them in the back garden. Because, of course, you know, like all contractors, they just let themselves in. They're like, yeah, we're booked in to be here, we'll just let ourselves onto the property. No need to let anyone know we're here, no need to check that it's okay to do it now. Just do it. You know, our time is much more important than anybody else's. So they let themselves in and started doing the work. And I ended up not being able to lie down because they were so noisy, until about 2 in the afternoon. So I'd got up at maybe 3 or 4 the previous day, so I was up for like 20 to 22 hours. Hope that's you, Wishy. It's Harper. Lost my phone to the desert, so I had to get a new one. Think I've remembered your deets right. Never called them that. Anyway, Sonya thinks she's close to a breakthrough with the statue, so we may need you back here. When did you become nocturnal? Basically, when I moved back, because I'm currently staying with my parents while I'm looking for a new house. And yeah, basically when I came back here, because my dad works. He works like downstairs, directly below my office as it goes, and can be quite noisy on the phone, so I can't record during the day or anything like that. So yeah, I was up for like 20 to 22 hours because of all of this. I go to sleep at about 2 in the afternoon, wake up around 8 p.m. Hey Luca, I'm just cleaning this. I got the achievement, and I'm just telling this story about being nocturnal. Yeah, so I woke up around 8 p.m. And then immediately started doing all the work that I couldn't do during the day. So I recorded like 4 hours of stuff last night. Some Rune Terror for the tabletop channel, Potionomics, and some Platinum. No, why am I doing this? Oh god, I should just use a longer thing, that makes more sense. Oh. Well, that's handy. I forgot about this framework. So yeah, like the recordings went mostly well. Like the Runeterra one, which I did first, was a little bit iffy because it's like, am I fully awake? I honestly can't tell. I keep fucking up little basic things, but overall it wasn't too bad. But I'm actually really far ahead on most of my channel work. So I'm just scratching my arm. Oh look, there's my van. Why did I park my van so far away? I suppose it's a pedestrian-only area. Yeah, I'm really far ahead on most of my work. Like I'm just over a week ahead on most of my videos. Even more reason that whenever you leave a comment, make sure you give context in the comment, because it's been so long since I recorded them, I don't remember any of the jokes I made. Are you not doing YouTube Shorts? YouTube Shorts, or is that just an experiment you wanted to try out? With YouTube Shorts, if while I'm editing the video I see a clip and think, oh, that's going to be really good for a short, I'll clip it. But it's not something I'm actively doing. It was just something that I do even when. But I just happened to find a couple in quick succession. Is this a good angle? Yeah, it is. So yeah, I'm let's see, I think I'm 2 or 3 videos ahead on the main channel series. Like I've uploaded them already, because YouTube has a fairly robust scheduling system. Can I get on that? Oh. Oh. No. I've been rewatching Arcana recently. It's just as good the second time around. I think episode 3 is still my favorite. I rewatched Arcana a couple of months ago, and it is still so good. I'm really, really excited for season 2, which I believe should be out sometime this year. Like, I think they said mid to late 2023 was the estimated time, but that's not official by any means. Sorry. Yes. No. I knew what you meant. You said Arcana. It was Arcane. I knew exactly what you meant, and I forgot what it was called as well. Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to the next season. And I have immensely high hopes for what they're going to do with it after, because I'm fairly sure they're going to wrap up the Piltover stuff in season 2, and then going into season 3, Eli, who's also a massive fan of it, and I sometimes talk about like what they could, like where they could go with it, and he reckons it'll be Noxus next. Personally, I'm hoping for Demacia, because I find Demacia really fascinating. But at the moment, they're dropping hints for Noxus. Whereas Demacia hasn't even been mentioned. So it is more likely it's going to be Noxus. But if they do a Noxus one, that means we might get Riven! Riven! I was not so impressed by Arcane. It's good, but not as great as everyone says. Each to their own. I personally think it could be one of the best animated shows I've ever seen. Well, it is one of the best, but it could be the best. And I was really iffy about it when I first saw it. When I first saw like the clips and stuff. It's like, yeah, the animation style doesn't really work for me. It just looks a bit weird and a bit too focused on motion. But then upon watching it, it's like, no, this totally works for me. And that was, I can't remember, I don't remember when I first watched it. I think it was before I started playing Runeterra. When I was like only vaguely aware of some of the characters. I'd heard of, like, I was familiar-ish with Vi. I'd like heard of her. I knew about Jinx because, you know, she gets the most promotion and stuff. But I learned about most of the others by watching Arcane. And then I played a load of Runeterra, and then went back and rewatched Arcane, and it's like, that's really cool. But I could be slightly wrong about that timetable. I'm not 100%. I finally played a bit of Potion Craft and Strange Horticulture. Pretty enjoyable and relaxing, especially for Strange Horticulture. I've done a few videos on Potion Craft, and although they have now taken it out of early access, I just don't see much in the game that I massively enjoy. Like, it's a cool idea, but there's way too much grinding for my liking. It's very repetitive. Strange Horticulture, however, I've not tried. I think I've requested it on Keymailer. But I haven't done any first impressions for ages. I need to get back into doing them, really. Are the cats going to steal this boat? I think like they might. I think that might be why the cats are here, to steal this boat. I was surprised to see the spelling of Eli's name is the same as my uncle's name, but he pronounces it Ailey. I've never considered the possibility that the English version could be different. I have, well, I've been familiar with the name Eli for a while. Probably the first one being Eli Vance from Half-Life, Half-Life 2. There's a character called Eli in that, but Eli from the Community is the first Eli I've actually known personally, like in real life. Well, I say in real life, you know, as a person rather than a fictional character. Is there a way up there? I mean, that's a bit bollocks. There's no way to climb up here. There's no ladder or anything to climb up onto this. That's poor boat design. Did that say big poo? Bird poo. Okay. Better. Bridge deck. Seems like Salt and Pepper are trying to expand their fleet. Took me a second. Oh my god, this is actually a prequel to Potionomics. This is the beginning of the Cat Pirates. Do you have a favourite character from Arcane? Mine would be Vi or Vanda. What can I say? I like brawlers. Oh, my headphones have died. Hang on. Favourite character from Arcane? I really like Victor. Because, like, when I started... Before I started watching it, I'd heard of Victor very, very loosely. And I was sure that he was a villain. And then start watching that, and it's like, no, he clearly isn't. I mean, he may... I don't know if he turns into an anti-hero or whether he is just... Whether he is just a hero in the actual lore. I've not actually looked into it. I sort of don't want spoilers. Because I know where the Vi and Caitlyn stuff is going. But I don't know where most of the other characters are. Vi is pretty cool. I think they did a really good job with Jinx, making her psychosis seem, I don't know, different to normal portrayals of psychosis in fiction. I can't say how accurate it is, obviously. I can tell you my least favourite character, if that helps. Jace is terrible. Not particularly big fan of Mel either. Victor is cool. The way his story's going, I see him becoming a villain out of desperation. I really don't know sort of how he is in the main material. Because I'm expecting, like, Season 2 to have another time jump early on. Like, it'll start off with the immediate aftermath of Season 1 for a few episodes, probably. Maybe just one episode, and then it'll probably have another time jump for a few years. Because I think it's set, like, 5 years or 10 years before League of Legends is. Like, the main thing of this show, rather than just, like, their first few episodes. So there will be another time jump, and probably a few episodes set in like the proper timeline, like time period. No cat prints on this as well. And I'm hoping that when they do Season 3 and stuff... Sorry, we're just talking about Arcane. I hope that's alright with people who haven't seen it. You should see it if you haven't seen it. You don't need to know League of Legends. As I was saying, I didn't, and I still don't really know a lot of League of Legends lore. I'm hoping that when they do the next season, they will do the same again, where they'll sort of go back in time, only have one or two connecting characters, and then tell another few like another half dozen character stories from 10 years ago or whenever. I didn't really like Mel either. Jace is kind of middling to me. I am not a fan of Jace's voice actor, so that's probably a big part of it, that I hear him talk and I see the voice actor. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the guy. Like, he does a decent job and everything. I just have never liked any character he's played. He was in Lucifer, he played Dan, and it's just... Yeah, I don't even know why Dan is really in this show. In the same way as I'm not a fan of, what's his name, Chris Parnell, who does a lot of voice work in animated stuff. Currently a Katarina comic coming out, which is quite good so far. I do actually know an interesting bit of Katarina lore from Runeterra, because Runeterra is mostly canon, I think. I think I would have liked Dan Moore. Sorry, I'll come back to the Katarina thing in a sec. I would have liked Dan Moore in Lucifer if he wasn't so routinely mistreated. Like, he shouldn't have been mistreated. Oh, hang on. It's good text. Sorry, one moment. Got to reply to this. Yes, he was routinely mistreated. I mean, Lucifer... I have a problem with the way a lot of Lucifer was written. The fact that he didn't seem to actually have much of an arc in any meaningful way throughout most of the runtime of the show. And by the end, I just lost interest because he still hadn't frickin' developed much. And yeah, Dan was mistreated. Dan had much more of an arc. It's just I didn't find it interesting. And, yeah. Anyway, yes, Katarina. So, Legends of Runeterra is mostly canon. Almost entirely canon. Like, there are some bits in it that are like, that doesn't really mesh with what we've seen in Arcane. So, like, is one more canon than the others? Whereas, for the most part, Runeterra is broadly canon. By the way, just plugging, if you are interested in Arcane and or League of Legends and or Legends of Runeterra, check out my tabletop channel, linked in the description of the YouTube stream and below the Twitch, where I have done close to 50 Legends of Runeterra videos. The one I recorded yesterday was episode or video 47. So I've done a lot of Runeterra stuff. You can check it all out. Single player and multiplayer. Anyway, yes, Katarina. So Katarina, I don't know if this is spoilers. It might be spoilers for the comic. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to appear in the comic. Anyway, Katarina is secretly involved, probably with another established character. And it was surprising to me when I learned his identity. And it's been teased a few times in various media. That she's involved with this other canon character. This other character. And it was outright confirmed in Runeterra. So that was interesting. But yes, you should definitely check out my Legends of Runeterra stuff. I think it's pretty good. I really enjoy the game. I'm quite enthusiastic about the game, which is always helpful. Like, I'm not above playing games I don't like, or games I'm not particularly enthusiastic about, cough cough platinum, but I will still give them, you know, a fair old try. But Runeterra is one that I'm really enthusiastic about. And fun fact, I was at a fork in the road just before I started playing Runeterra, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna sort of try and do some more consistent like card game stuff on. Yes, Luca, exactly. Yeah. To quote Mokai, stop carving words into my bark, everyone knows G hearts K. Yes, exactly. Oh, have you heard of Freak Waves? Jerry, do you mind? I'm trying to tell stories. They can appear out of nowhere, even on a calm sea. Jerry, this isn't about you, shakes head. Some kind of constructive interference of wave patterns or focusing of wave energy. Wave energy isn't a thing, Jerry. Stop talking. Stop spreading information that you don't understand. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Crossroads. So, I was like looking for something new to cover on the tabletop channel. And it's like, well, what I will do is I've got 2 card games here. And I'll try them both. And, yeah, you know, then I'll try some other stuff. And I'll just see and try and find something that catches me. So, the 2 card games were Legends of Runeterra and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Or whatever the Yu-Gi-Oh! Free one is. I think it's Master Duel. And I installed both of them, and it's like, okay, well, I'll record one, and then I'll record the other, and then move on to something else to try and find something I enjoy. And I played Runeterra, and it's like, I'm not particularly interested in League of Legends. I like some of the characters, but I don't expect this will grab me at all. And it bloody did, clearly. That I'm still playing it like 8 months later. More than that, 10 months later, however long. Oops. I'm missing some bits on the cabinet, apparently. The back, yeah. So, I never actually got round to recording the Master Duel thing. I still have it installed, I just haven't played it. I think I still have it installed. But the reason I put off playing it, Master Duel, is... Oh, Skia, hello! The reason I put off playing Master Duel was I was trying to find my collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Because I thought, you know, if I get into Yu-Gi-Oh, then I could potentially do some, like, I don't know, deck building with my actual cards, and that could be fun. And I couldn't find it. Couldn't find my stuff. And, like, my parents basically turned their house upside down looking for this stuff, because I had a big case of cards, reminiscent, somewhat deliberately, of, like, Seto Kaiba's set, like, case of cards that he tries to bribe people with. It's like, hey, I'll give you this, because back when he had that, like, deeper voice. Hey, I'll give you this case of cards if you give me that blue eyes. What am I missing on the cabin? So, it's like, it's a pretty obvious case. It's like, it's an old camera case, like one of the really, like, the old massive cameras. And I've had that for a long time. It's got like tins of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff in it, and we just couldn't find it. So I ended up giving up on the idea before I'd even tried it. But then shortly before I moved back here, we found it. So I have now found my giant case of cards. Oh, I thought there was a bloodstain. Bloody hell. It's like, what? Why is there a bloodstain? What have you been doing here, Jerry? And no, it's red. That's the trim. I'm still missing apparently a bloody big section of cabin. I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, I think it's inside that. Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, the cabin roof is something different. So yes, I've now found that, but of course by the point that we found it, I'd already sort of got really into Legends of Runeterra, and it's like I sort of don't want to have two card game series, he says, proceeding to play Knights of the Full Moon for like 10 episodes. But that's kind of different because I really want to support Night of the Full Moon. Do you engage much with the Arcane community? Have you seen any of the fan theories? No, I tend not to engage with fan communities on stuff. In the past, I've had bad experiences with fan communities, so there are very few I actually engage with. The way I tend to say it, and I hope we've somewhat subverted this as a thing with the Garen Reaver community, but the way I tend to see fan communities is it's a bunch of people who are more into it than you are, who look down on you for being less into it than they are. So that's how I tend to feel about this stuff. What's this then? The Pelican! So hopefully the Garen Reaver community isn't like that. But that's how I tend to find fandoms and communities around stuff. So I tend to largely avoid them. Finally someone gets it. Yeah. Because there have been times in the past where I've tried to engage with communities for stuff I like. And yeah, they just have largely been like that. I don't think we're at that point. Good. Well, I hope we never reach that point. There's a reason a large part of what I try to promote with this community is politeness. You know, never shoot someone down. If you're going to give feedback, make it constructive. Don't insult people. You know, be nice to newcomers, that kind of thing. It's better to politely point out the rules rather than say, that's against the rules, you know. You know, that kind of thing. So that's what I try and do. And that's what I try and encourage. And I think largely everyone's pretty nice, I think. How do I get that window? From above? I've not necessarily had bad experiences with the fan communities recently, but I definitely care too much about how I'd come off to others. Yeah, I can understand that. It's like I'm trying to impress a bunch of people I don't even know, or who don't even know or care that I exist. Yeah, I get that too. I mean, it's definitely an ongoing issue with me that I care too much about other people's opinions. And I don't know if that is... Like, I don't know at this point whether that's because of my job, or whether I do the job I do because of that, you know? It's like, how much can you tell how much feeds into what? But I do need to be more self-confident about that sort of thing. Nice. This thing's looking pretty good. Is that everything on the boat now? Done? Nope. Climate. Do you think one of the reasons your community is so pleasant is because it's relatively small? I would like to think the reason the community is so pleasant is because that's always been part of my mantra. Like, whenever, even right from when I first started, if I saw people being rude or impolite in the comments, I would tell them off and, you know, remind them to be polite. So, like, the fact that it's not a thing that I've started doing later, that because it right from the beginning it was, look, just be polite, that's just the rules here. I think that has helped. I remember you calling that out forever ago in a G-log. Yeah, it's always been a very important thing, because I don't think people in general are polite enough. Maybe that's because I'm British or overly formal or whatever, but you know, I've never thought in general that people were polite enough. People tend to be rather blunt and rather dismissive of anything that they didn't say. And I want people to be different, and the way you get people to be different is by leading by example and making sure that any people who follow in your footsteps also do the same. And that's what I've tried to do. I'm usually blunt, but less because I'm trying to be aggressive. Oh, I'm usually blunt, but less because I'm trying to be aggressive, and mostly because I'm bad with words. That tends to be a relatively common thing. Like, people... I find that a lot of people are blunt not because they're trying to be mean, but because they haven't found the right way to communicate certain things, or... they don't understand that their bluntness can be offensive, or I don't know. Yeah, there are many reasons why, which is why it's best to assume that if someone is rude, that, you know, initially it's best to assume that it was just a mistake. So, like, even when people comment stuff that is like, occasionally I get some really backhanded compliments. Like, I remember, I don't like to call out individual comments much, but, like, do you remember back when I re-released that PokéSins episode to get rid of some jokes that I thought came across as transphobic and homophobic, which was obviously not the intent. So I re-released, like, season 1 episode 28 of PokéSins with some jokes adjusted. And there was a massive blowback from certain people not certain people in the community, you know, like a load of people commented saying, oh my god, you shouldn't have done that, that was terrible. And for the most part, people were very supportive, but there were some who unfortunately said that I shouldn't have done it. And there were a couple who were like, oh, he's getting forced into this by the government, or he's being forced into it by YouTube. And it's like, no, I chose to do this because I don't rewatch my old PokéSins much. I happened to rewatch this one and I didn't like what I saw, so I changed it. And that's basically all there was to it. But some people still didn't accept that. And one person who was saying, oh, he's being forced into it, don't let them force you into it, Garen. And someone else replied, look at his viewership. Nobody watches his videos, so who is forcing him into it? And it's like, look, I think you're trying to be supportive, but that came across incredibly fucking insulting. It's like going, oh, no one's forcing him into it because no one cares about him. It's great, thanks. Really not how you... I'm gonna, like, benefit of the doubt. That's not how you intended it, but that's how it came across. So, yeah. It's not uncommon. Like, I'm not going to say it's common, but it's not uncommon for people to leave rather blunt comments without thinking through how they are understood, or phrasing it in poorly so that they didn't take, like, you know, it's not uncommon is what I'm saying, for a variety of reasons. But yeah, I feel I've got the opposite problem. I want to get along to the point that I think I'm in the wrong for not holding a similar opinion or seeing things the way the other people are. I try to see things from other perspectives and, you know, as much as possible, and I tend to say, like, each... Oh, hang on. Got another text. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I tend to say each to their own quite a bit, because that is an opinion. That is a good way to sum up my attitude to things. You know, each person does have their own opinion. People have their own favorite characters and things they like and dislike, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to say you're wrong, as long as you don't say I'm wrong. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong even if you do say I'm wrong, but, you know, just politeness. I'm not going to say you're wrong, you don't say I'm wrong. Or as I put it on my top 5s, these are my personal opinions, so please don't tell me I'm wrong. Because telling someone that they're wrong about their opinion means that they don't understand the way they actually think. Whereas clearly it's the person who says they're wrong is the person who doesn't understand. Anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling at great length about politeness and so on. Apparently there's bits of this deck wall I've missed. How dare you make effort to make your videos more welcoming. your viewers, sorry. How dare you make an effort to make your viewers feel welcome. Yeah. Some people really took offense to the concept of me changing it. I'm very similar, unless people are rude first. I'm usually very live and let live kind of person, especially with stuff like personal preferences of characters and whatnot. I just think it's a bit too trivial of a thing to get mad at. Yeah, I can understand that. Like, I'm fine saying that I don't understand somebody's opinion. Like, someone goes, my favourite character in Lucifer is Dan. And I say, well, I don't understand why, but each to their own. I mean, my favourite character in Lucifer was Eve. I think Eve was absolutely spectacular. But I can also see why other people wouldn't be as keen on her. Just gonna blow my nose one moment. And at the same time, I don't want people to have the same opinions as me, because then I'd automatically feel like it was another one of those, like the fandoms. Like, when I say, Tali is my favourite Mass Effect character, and someone else goes, oh yeah, she's also my favourite. And then they, like, start rattling off things about Tali or whatever. It's like, are they trying to prove that they know her better? And they're probably not, you know, there's probably just a case that they're trying to show that they also like her, and the way they express that is by rattling off facts, but, you know. Yeah, I think I've... divider, yes. Divider, no. Yes. Divider, yes. And we're continuing around. Did I ding? No, I didn't ding the divider. No. Anyway, going back to Arcane, I haven't read much in the way of fan theories. I've read a couple, mostly to do with Mel, because Mel is a big, like, continuity question mark. There were things said about Mel in Arcane that don't match up with the lore that we know from other things like Runeterra. So, like, that was a big question, so I've read up about that, but not much. And that's about it as far as lore goes. Like, oh, I've missed something on this deck wall. Yeah. Deck wall. Deck wall. Right, how are we doing on here? Anchor chain. Bridge wall. What's the bridge wall? The back one, yeah. And the bridge window as well. Nice. Bridge windows. 7 of 9. Hang on, let's switch to turbo. Is that all of those? Yes. Anchor pipe, anchor pipe. Anchor pipe, anchor pipe, boo, anchor, 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 anchor pipe. Keel, propeller, rudder, winch rope. Winch rope? Oh. That is separate. There's a particular theory I've heard to do with Vanda that I hope is true. Interesting. I won't say like what it said now for spoiler reasons, but they have released a returning cast list and there were some surprises on that. So, like, I mean, it's entirely possible that, you know, any returning character could just be in a flashback or a hallucination or whatever, but there were some that were interesting. So if it's the sort of thing that you want to know about, there you can look up the returning cast list. Alright, looks like we're done up here. Well, now I have to go find that. This one. Yeah, that's not doing the job well enough. Oh, actually, let's try this one. Look at that. You see, in the deep ocean, the speed of a gravity wave is directly proportional to the square root of its wavelength. Okay. However, non-linear effects can also cause the energy of a smaller wave to bounce and consolidate in one huge wave. I don't know how true that is. Doesn't sound true. My god, look at this thing. I don't know, the whole thing beats me. This is an incredible nozzle. Look at that. Oh my god, this is the best nozzle in the game. Sadly, it's incredibly narrow, but not as narrow as the single. The fact that the Bracken were moved to Ixtal. The Bracken Ixtal? Sorry, I'm not familiar with those terms. Means the fact Jace found the Hextech crystals in the Shuriman Desert a little head scratching. Well, in Arcane, he doesn't. I don't know if you're talking about in Arcane or in the official lore. Because in Arcane, he doesn't find crystals in the desert. Or, yeah, more likely is saying that in the actual lore he does. Hey, Max. That was something changed post-Arcane. We're discussing Arcane and... Oh, damn, this is tough to get off. What is this? Grime stains and barnacles and algae. A desert can technically be snowy. No, he was given the crystal by someone there. He didn't find it. And even then, that wasn't a Hextech crystal, that was just an ordinary mana crystal. Hashtag no rudder, no apocalypse. Personally, I'm hoping we eventually get to see mages. Yeah, they're not a big thing in Piltover, I don't think. I reckon it's more likely we'll see those in... I mean, what I was saying to Eli, my theory, is that we will get Noxus next because of the hints they've dropped. But I reckon because of the way Noxus's history is linked with Ionia, I reckon we'll get a Noxus... like Noxus Ionia cross. So maybe it'll be about Noxus characters in Ionia, perhaps, because the Ionian War was like 10 years ago or something. So that would tie into like Riven and other characters who aren't Riven who were there. I don't really know the lore beyond Riven. They do explicitly say that Piltover was made to escape from mages. Yeah. I forgot that bit, but yes, that is true. So, we won't get any mages this in Piltover, I don't think, because of that. But I reckon we will in the next one. I'm really, really looking forward to a Demacian storyline focusing on Lux and Garen as the main characters. Fiora as well, probably. And I really, really hope Poppy shows up as more than just a cameo. Because I love Poppy. And I think she's a fascinating character. In fact, I'm basically just going to spend this whole stream talking about Runeterra lore. Something I love about Yordles in general. If you're unfamiliar with League of Legends Runeterra lore, Yordles are small, fluffy, furry little creatures who are essentially immortal nature spirits. I just want to know where that amazing smell was coming from. I won't forget it so long as I do. Yeah, Jerry. Shush. Looks like all these cats in the marina have caught a whiff of it too. It's interesting that they're calling that out so that you could go and have a look. If you haven't seen them already. Why isn't the anchor dinged? Because of the sides. Or the tops, maybe? Yes, tops. Nice. Nice. Yes. Yordles. So, Heimerdinger from the first season of Arcane is a Yordle. And they make mention of how old he is. And it's like a central point of his character arc that he comes to understand that young races and short-lived races can actually achieve things in their lifetimes. And that's because Yordles are essentially immortal. So they are virtually indestructible spirits of nature who manifest as Yordles. And yeah, they essentially live forever. And there are some who've been around since like prehistoric times, like Fizz and Gnar. And there are some younger ones. And they generally devote their lives to one thing or another. So Heimerdinger devoted it to technology and progress. Then you have ones like Tristana, who is another one that I'm quite fond of, who devoted it to protecting Bandle City from monsters. And then you get ones like Poppy, who've devoted their lives to helping a particular country. I mean, in the same way that Heimerdinger is all about Piltover. He wants what's best for Piltover, because he basically built the place. And it's similar with Poppy. She's been around in Demacia for a very, very long time. And her whole thing is that she was entrusted with, like, a very, very powerful weapon, told that the weapon is destined to be wielded by, like, the hero of Demacia. And she has devoted her life to trying to find the hero of Demacia to give them this weapon, when it's clear to virtually everybody apart from her in the world that she's the hero of Demacia. And that the weapon is intended for her. But the thing I love is that Yordles are these, like, immortal beings, virtually indestructible, and yet they devote their lives to things. And you don't often see immortal characters with diverse interests, or indestructible characters, and yet you get, like, pirate Yordles, and technological Yordles, and like hero Yordles. You know, there are so many different ways that they act, and I just think it's really fascinating. Vhagar was in the realm of the dead with Mordekaiser. He kind of turned into a mini version of him, but he still is a good person deep down. I don't know much about Vhagar's lore, but that sounds quite cool. So yeah, I find the Yordles fascinating because I really like the idea of, like, an immortal or immensely powerful character who actually has drive and interest. So I'm really hoping that when they do... Are there any Noxus Yordles? I can't think of any. That's a really interesting concept. A chosen hero who thinks they're the old mentor. Well, Poppy doesn't see herself as a mentor. She just sees herself as, like, a caretaker. It's like, you know, she doesn't consider herself worthy of this weapon, and yet she has been happily wielding it because she can't find the person who is supposed to. So she's, like, always on the lookout for this person, and then presumably if she has found them, if she did ever find them, she would happily hand over this immensely powerful weapon because as she sees it, it's her duty to do so. And she really well encapsulates Demacian honor and so on. So it's a really cool it's a really cool idea. What am I missing here? Just little bits. Starboard hull. Mostly done. There we are. Oh, what am I still missing? The rudder. Nice. The port hull, 2 of 3. Cled is Nexus's yordle. Noxus's yordle. I keep saying Nexus. Noxus, yeah. I am not familiar with him at all. He is not in Runeterra. Because I know Shurima has, like, Ziggs, Freljord. I can't think of any in the Freljord either. I know Braum is associated with Yordles. But, I vaguely remember a LOL character with a demon teddy bear. That's Annie. Annie is the daughter of... Oh yeah, Noxus does have mages. They've got the Ravenbloom Conservatory, which is all about mages. Yeah. No, you are correct. That's Annie. She's a little girl who... a little girl in Noxus who is the daughter of an escaped mage who was like the most powerful mage in Noxus history or something. And she escaped from their sort of research facility. Had a daughter called Annie. And I think died in childbirth? Not 100% about that. But Annie's teddy bear is, like, possessed by a demon. And sort of... uses her as a conduit. It's like a mutual thing. He uses her as a conduit to exert power on the real world, and she uses him for protection. He's, how do I describe, Corporal Grandmaster General Cled. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, half the Yordles are crazy. I suppose that is the downside of being immortal. Starboard trim and 2 port hull trims. I think I probably need to get lower. Yeah, I do. One. 2. Starboard hull trim. That one, yes. Go have a look at these cats before we're done. Hello. You're very big cats. You are huge, deformed-looking cats. What is wrong with all of you? Why are they so fat? Oh my god, they're everywhere. Oh my god, they are everywhere. They're not here to steal the boat because they're all, like, they're over there as well. They're just all staring out to sea. Cat overlords. Starboard is right. Maybe they like the smell. Yeah, I don't know what that smell is. I haven't quite worked that out yet. This one? Upper one? Lower one? That one. One Noxus thing that I don't get is I can't decide if they're supposed to be bad guys or not. Because in a lot of ways they are rather stereotypical, like Fire Nation-esque bad guys. You know, oh, we're the Noxus Empire declaring war on everybody. Hello, Frank, can you please come and wash my recreational vehicle again, please? Seriously, Harper. Ah, that took a while. Oh, I suppose I got paid over 1,000 for it, so it's a pretty ship. She looks so good, I don't know if I can bring myself to put her back in the water. Although, how else am I ever going to find the source of that incredible aroma? Clean the recreational vehicle again. Hey, hello there, my transport is dirty and making me so sad. Please clean it up so I can smile again. Weird and creepy way to say that. I mean, this is a trap, right? I see the gnome. Okay. Apologies for the deception. Relax, this isn't an alien invasion or anything weird like that. Okay. We're simply time-traveling scientists from the year 2278. Let me just check if there is an achievement for this. I don't think there is. Nope. Yes. I can't decide if Noxus is supposed to be sort of evil or not, because they are, yeah, they're Fire Nation-esque. Everyone should be in our empire. And Swain, by all accounts, seems to be a complete psychopathic monster. But, like, there's an animated short of Darius conquering somewhere, and he actually seems like a really cool guy. It's just sand, is it? But at the same time, like, if Riven ran away from them, there must be something bad going on, you know? Hello, PokéTuber491, welcome. I'm cleaning a UFO in a desert. I may or may not be the savior of the world. We're yet to determine that. And I'm talking about League of Legends lore. What a weird series of things. What's this? Ore? Why is there ore on this? Why is there ore on a spaceship? It's not a spaceship, it's a time machine. Oh, it's a time machine spaceship, my mistake. Are you going to write clean? Keep it clean. I forgot to write that on the ship. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. It's like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since I did this. Keep it. I have to go walk the dog. Hopefully I'll be back before the end of the stream. Well, I should be going for another hour and a bit. Keep it clean. I'm sorry, I completely forgot to do that on the ship. There was room for it too. Dioxidized view dome. I'm going to do the underside if I've written that on the top. Someone hit us using technology that even we are unfamiliar with, disabling our entire systems with a strange substance and forcing us to crash land. The ore, presumably. Until our vehicle is completely clean, we are stuck here. I'm guessing that was the cat god. It could do with a wash anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking the same, that it was the cat god. So does that... Well, no, because we also know the cat god did hit the volcano, so maybe they just got in the way. It's a weird direction this game has gone. Oh, here is a cleaning simulator about cleaning houses and cars using a power washer. Also, time travel is real. And there's a volcano and a cat god. Get on board. Omnidirectional landing gripper. Alright, so each of these has 3 parts to it. Ah, 4 parts. The socket too. Not that I see any more dirt on the socket, and yet it's not clean. That's a dick move, putting that there and nowhere to step up a bit. Why have I got all this crap around my van? Can I run away? No. I was watching some play of the new Arknights chapter on CN, and there's something I think is really cool. I'll talk about it in the Discord later. Okay. Oh, well, that socket's clean, but the other ones bloody aren't. Are there any arcane characters you're excited to learn more about? I don't know that learn more about is the way to put it. I really want to see how Victor gets from where he is to where he's going. Jace, you know, I don't care about one way or another. I just want to say thanks for this stream. I'm doing something extremely boring and listening to you makes it more manageable. Oh, I'm very glad to hear that, Skier. That not that you're doing something boring, that I was able to make it more manageable. Yeah, I'm not sure about, like, learning about as such, but I want to see how Victor gets to where he's going. Vi, I mostly know where she's going and essentially how she's going to get there. Have I done everything on this one? No. Heimerdinger has quite a bit of arcing still to do. Echo. Like, Echo has barely been touched on, all things considered. So I think it's going to be really fascinating seeing more of Echo in Season 2. Oh. I beg your pardon. Chromionic radiation emitter. Does this thing emit radiation? Yes, don't lick it. But it looks so lickable. Okay. Yeah, Echo... sorry, my tongue went numb. Who else is there? There was like another character who I didn't realise was a champion. I can't remember who it was though. We came here to solve the historical mystery as to why Mount Rushmore suddenly became so angry, but then just as suddenly stopped. Oh, so I know I save it. Yay. Yeah, it's not known to you guys yet, but Mount Rushmore is the master key for the entire Pacific Ring of volcanoes. When it blows, they all blows. And last time that happened, we said goodbye to the dinosaurs. The woman with the robot arm. Yeah, she isn't one. I'm fairly sure she is a new one. I can't remember her name. Tractor beam. Nanowave tractor beam. Begins with an S. Singe? Is that a character? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh yes, Eli's theory is that a new Zorn character will be like that new champion they've added recently. I can't remember her name either. I don't remember the names of a lot of these characters. They like recently added a new Zorn champion to League of Legends, who's like her whole deal is like about independent Zorn, and that seems like, you know, no spoilers obviously, but that seems like a natural fit into where Season 1 left us. So Eli reckons, and I'm inclined to agree, that she is likely to show up. Singed. Singed is the Doctor. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's the one who I didn't know was a champion. I had no idea that he was a champion at all. He wasn't the one I was thinking of, so there may be another. But yes, he is one who I was surprised is a champion. Because he doesn't even get named. He's just the Doctor. And I was convinced he was just a plot device. Until I found out he was a champion. Because there are actually quite a few Piltover and Zorn champions who haven't had any mention at all. Like, I know she gets a lot of dislike in the fandom, but Seraphine, although she is more of a later Zorn champion, she doesn't make sense with where Zorn is in Arcane. So maybe after the time jump is when her and the new one would potentially show up. He's creating Warwick in the final scene. Is he really? Oh, I'm going to have to rewatch that. I didn't see that. Because Warwick is the werewolf, isn't he? Eli also reckons that... I hope Eli doesn't mind me sharing his theories. Eli also reckons that Blitzcrank is going to show up, who was made by Victor. There's, I believe his name is Dr. Mundo. I think he's also a Zorn champion. There's Ezreal is a Zorn champion, but I think... Sorry, a Piltover champion in Runeterra, but I think he's more likely to show up in, like, a Shurima-based one. We flew too close to the volcano in the dead of night, FYI, with just a few... Oh, the UFOs. Yes, that was name-dropped in this, I think. Was mentioned. We were spotted and shot down by a jet plane. And now this timeline is all over the place. Our data now suggests the Mount Rushless has passed the point of no return and is going to blow. Sorry, Luca, when because of the delay on the YouTube chat, when you say just yes, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to. He also probably made Twitch the Rat. I'm not familiar with him. But yeah, so there are lots of Zorn characters. I'm trying to think what Piltover ones there are. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I don't know Piltover that well. I mean, I wouldn't say I know Zorn that well, yet I'll just rattle off a list of like 7 of them. What do you remember of the character you're trying to think of? That they're a champion and they have a minor role in the show? Twitch doesn't have much lore. No, it's because it's a streaming site, Luca. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you mean the rat. I'm on Twitch right now. I'm live. Hello. God, imagine if Twitch, the site, had lore. There's a robot lady. Oh, the robot lady. I do know who you mean. I can't remember her name either, but I do. Yeah, she is... Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Like, as an evolution of the Enforcers, they build the robot lady. I've got to say, I'm also really looking for... Like... I've never played... I played League of Legends once, I think. I played, like, 1 level and didn't get on with it. Despite that, I love League of Legends lore. I'm really looking forward to a Demacia-based thing. thing with Riven would obviously be amazing. Targon. Targon is fascinating. Something with like Zoe. Zoe as a core character would be cool. Leona and something focused around like the Lunari and Solari. That'd be really cool with Leona and Diana telling their backstory, because Diana used to be Solari. There's so many really cool ideas that they could do. Kindred. Kindred? I don't think Kindred showed up. Did Kindred show up in Arcane? I don't remember him showing up at all. He's quite a distinct character. I think I would remember that. And Eli's a fan, so I think she'd like I think he'd know. He'd have mentioned that Kindred was in it because he's a fan of Kindred. A brief scene where all the secrets are spilled, I believe. Really? I don't remember that at all. I mean, I am thinking of having another rewatch, so I could look out for this stuff. Apparently I'm missing some on this disc. Nah. It's in the bloody cracks. Hate it when they put like dirt in the cracks between stuff, so it's really hard to even see. There. Omnidirectional landing socket. Got it. Socket. 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 View dome, that's on top. Hyper propulsion drive. Oh. Main gyromagnetic disc frame. This one? Anything else down here? Nope. Okay, let's go on top again then. Oh. By the way, how was our early 21st century parlance? Most of the era's anthropomorphic archives were lost in the Second Martian War of 2145. Terrible time travelers. And how nice is red velvet cake? We're defo gonna replicate that long-lost recipe if we manage to get back to the future. Red velvet cake is quite nice. Yeah, I may as well just clean this off now. It's getting harder to see it. In the end, I cheated and looked up a list of all the champions in Arcane. Was Kindred there? Apparently there are 10. Alright, right. Vi, Jinx, Jace, Victor, Heimerdinger, Echo, Singe, Caitlyn. I'm missing 2. Um, who am I missing? Kindred is. Huh. Wow. Oh, it's not going through. Is he really? Ah, okay. I'm not going to allow that word through, but the word is brothel. I'm not going to permit brothel in Automob, but I see. I'm going to have to rewatch that. I can't imagine Kindred in a brothel. How weird. And Warwick cameo. So Kindred and Warwick are the other two. Okay. Wow. Sort of impressive that they managed to fit like 10 in. Admittedly 2 as cameos, but like 8. Maybe 3 as cameos. Singe doesn't really do a whole lot. But the rest. Oh, so that's even bloody Singe's origin, because presumably he's called Singe because of his scarred appearance, and we saw how that happened. Huh. Oh, Warwick is not on most of the lists. Is there another one we're missing then? No, sorry. Braum isn't associated with Yordle. He's associated with Poros. My mistake. Most of the links say the mage who saves Jace was Rise. I mean, do you even see his face? I thought he was just supposed to be a nameless character, faceless character, because his identity isn't important. And it's likely that Jace doesn't even remember much more detail about him. It's more that he is a mage, and that is his defining thing. Yeah, you don't see his face. Yeah, I'm inclined to say that he is deliberately faceless. I mean, potentially they could reveal that he was somebody, but I think it's more likely that he is deliberately faceless because it is just the idea of a mage that is the important thing for Jace's character. I'm just missing little bits now. Positream intake vents. I've noticed I seem to be very good at upsetting Automod. You're not the only one. Automod is quite strict. Maybe I should clean up my language a little. I can't blame you for saying the word brothel. That's exactly what it was. Which, by the way, had yordles in it. So, you know, that's weird, but... Gotcha. Right, what am I missing? Main geomagnetic disc frame. I assume it's outside stuff. Saucer. Nice. 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 Yeah, I see nothing on this. The woman owned the place was a yordle, yeah. In the... After the time jump, she was a yordle who owned the place, but before the time jump, it looked like she just worked there. As she was, I believe, soliciting. So, the impression I got was that she used to work there and then took it over. What am I missing here? There's nothing on this bloody bit of plating. It's quite flat and there is nothing on it. Oh, hang on. Alright, got it somehow. Disc frame. Yeah, there is massive variation in yordle appearances. Like, Heimerdinger doesn't have any differentiation between his fur and his hair. Poppy, it looks blue. I didn't even realise it was fur. Because she has, like, giant blonde pigtails. And it wasn't until after, I guess it was after Arcane that I actually found out they are a furry race. They have fur. But yeah, yordles, there is immense variety in their appearance. And there's even one, Fizz, who has no fur at all. But there's, like, slight questions raised over whether Fizz actually is a yordle or not. Nanowave tractor beam. Timo. Timo's a raccoon. He may be a raccoon, he's also a yordle. I hope that when they do Targon, Soraka will be a core character, because I really like Soraka. Yeah, there's nothing here, right? Oh no, there is about around this edge. Nice. Yordles have something against bald people. Because like Fizz is like essentially a prehistoric Yordle, because Yordles are like manifested nature spirits, and that's why they're theoretically indestructible. What am I? Sorry, I just need a blow my nose, and then I'm going to try and work out what I'm missing. And then there's also what's his name, Amumu, who is like a little mummy who may or may not be a Yordle. Main gyrodisc frame, this one here. No. Main disc rim. Main disc frame. Must be on top. Yeah. Okay. A Tritalium saucer lower rim. So it's this bit. This one here. Oh, bloody hell, my... Oh! That's why I weren't flying off. Where's she? You're not going to believe what we've discovered. Come quick. I like how it starts off as a camper van. And then it takes off. Systems are fully operational. Spectral analysis reveals a trace mineral with unique properties. There's not enough time between now and the eruption to fix things here, but we've got a lead that may help us solve things in the past. You'll know we were successful if you ever see us again. You'll know we weren't if the Rushless explodes and the skies go dark for 20 years. Thank you again, PowerWash Services. I hope we see the Shadow Isles become the Shadow Isles. Oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I'd like it if they adjust like how much they go back in time depending on the region. So like for Piltover, and they obviously went as far back as Vi and Jinx's childhood. But I'd like it if they went further back for some others. Like, I don't know how long the Shadow Isles have been like that, but I think it's like a few hundred years. Just gonna have a quick drink. Harper and I hitched a ride on a fishing boat to search where the hand in the sand was pointing. And I know it sounds crazy, but I think we found the lost city of Atlantis. Only it's in the Pacific. No wonder it was lost, eh? So, should it be the lost city of Pacifilog? Regardless, it's been very recently resurfaced, and judging by the clams, it must be over 8,000 years old. Anyway, this palace definitely looks related to those statues in the desert, but we need you to head over and give it a clean. There's a lot beneath the dirt that will help us make sense of it. Harper suggests getting in touch with Cal and seeing if Flo can fly you over. Hope that makes sense. 800 years for the Shadow Isles. But yeah, I'd love to see Viego in the olden days, because like Viego and oh wow, how the hell did I get here? I couldn't have put a bridge there. That would be too much. Oh look, it's the ship. Viego and Callista and the creation of what is that? Hello? Creepy, terrifying Poseidon gnome. Any achievement here? I think this might be the final level, you know. Oh, my Steam's crashed. There. Yeah, I think this is the final level. It's going to put you out of the way, sir. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lord. My Lord Poseidon. Let's have a Snoopy, shall we? Statue. Okay, that looks bad. Maokai before he became a twisted tree monster. Yeah, there's a lot they could do. I mean, there's so much they could do with Arcane, which is why I'm so glad it's such a beautifully made thing, and it's just a shame that it takes so long to do, but at the same time, I wouldn't want them to rush it. Well, I clearly have to put Gnome Lord up here, don't I? Are you drooling too, Wishy? It's impossible for somewhere to smell more delicious than this. Where are the cats then? It's like walking into a huge bowl of shrimp cocktail where they got the Mary Rose sauce just right, dash of Tabasco and a squeeze of lemon. I may or may not be allergic to prawns. Also, the number of cats in the marina was unbelievable. How we got the boat out without a host of feline stowaways, I have no idea. Alright, let's get that guy up here, shall we? I'm back. What's the lore on the aliens time travelers? They came back to try and stop the eruption of the volcano, or to find out why it didn't erupt, and in doing so they caused it to erupt. So, once I clean this temple, I'm fairly sure this is the last level and I'm going to save the world. So I'm just currently taking the King of the Gnomes up to the top here. Not for an achievement, I just reckon something will happen. Put you there a sec while I jump up here. Da 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 da. Anything? No? Okay. Done with the boring stuff. Now I'm off to make dinner. I doubt I'll be able to catch the rest of the streams. Have a nice rest of your day. Thank you for joining, Skier. Hope you have a nice dinner. How did you fit the scaffold on those boats? That is a good question. That is a lot of scaffold. But I think oh no, scaffold is quite big. Never mind. I was about to say scaffold's actually quite small. It isn't. God, this is taking a bloody pounding, isn't it? Alright. I like how they found, like, the greatest archaeological discovery in history, and they're like, what should we do? Well, the first thing we obviously need to do is get that guy in to spray water at it incredibly hard. No, he'll be careful. You saw how long it took him to do the magic hand in the desert. He used a really, really low power wash. Oh, you're right. He'll be very careful with this too. Meanwhile, I'm there like, brrrr. Nice. Oops. Hi. Nice. I've just realised I'm covering the nozzle. That better covers this stance than the nozzle, I think. This is such a good nozzle. Nice. I was sort of hoping that would be a section on its own. Oh. Ow. Oh. Gotta get a new skin on this thing. Yeah, that seems nice and fitting for the end of the world. Some beautiful, pretty flowers. Nice, that's all 4. Where have I seen the combination of yellow and blue before? Yeah, it's a pretty solid combination, but has that appeared... Has that appeared in something else in particular? Like, it's quite a nice, striking combination anyway. Oh, you're referring to Gary and Reaver colours? You could be. Like, no, I don't actually have it on any of these. I saw a professional boxer break down Vi's combat scenes in Arcane, and it seems they did a pretty good job. Nice. I always find it slightly interesting when, like, professionals break down stuff from shows. Like, I used to watch Legal Eagle, who, like, would break down law, like, courtroom scenes in TV shows and movies. His biggest critique was that she made a few reckless attacks, like her many jumping attacks that never work. Like, that is a critique, yes, but she is also a reckless, aggressive person. Especially at the time of Arcane, in which she's just going through so much loss and anger that she is quite a reckless person. Yeah, exactly. So I think that was deliberate. What was it I was watching? Oh, yes, there was like one legal thing that I really didn't like. And it was when he reviewed the Tyrion courtroom scene from Game of Thrones. And he's like, oh, well, that's completely illegal the way they acted there. And it's like, you can't judge a fantasy, like a medieval setting fantasy court scene based off modern US court rules. That's just crazy. And people say I'm bad for saying every Pokemon battle should be should follow the league rules.
Arguably, it just proves they did an even better job because they made her accurately flawed. Yes, nice idea, nice point. Sorry, Teddy. Yeah, it's always worth noting when a mostly accurate thing has like an obvious mistake type thing, because then it's entirely possible that the obvious mistake was deliberate. She actually has very good defensive form when she uses that training machine. Yeah, when she... I mean, in fairness, a real fight is different to a training fight. You can have amazing form in training, and then in real fight, you let your anger and adrenaline get the better of you. But she was also a lot calmer when she was using the training machine. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page about this. You know, one fight scene in something that's really, really good? The bus fight from Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, Legend of the Ten Rings, is an amazing fight. The one issue I have with it is that guy on the bus. He was like, actually, I took martial arts as a youth, so I'm going to grade this fight. And it's just like, you smug, pretentious prick. And I know the point is that he's supposed to come across like an idiot, but I just hate that. Every aspect of it. Why did they add that? Alright, I'm going to need this over here. He also remarked that the heavy gauntlets would probably make it hard for her to maintain her form in episode 3. Which was a really cool detail, because those are Vanda's gauntlets and he's built like an ox. Yeah. I mean, it's... I love the implication that she took up brawling because he did it. Whereas Jinx, she was that much younger, and she clearly wasn't built for that. Is it actually out of range for there? Wow. There are a couple of scenes that imply Vander and Powder didn't have the best relationship. I think maybe he favoured Vi a little, and Vi basically raised Powder. Yeah. That might be why Jinx didn't learn to fight like him. Entirely possible, yeah. Yeah, he probably saw more of himself in Vi than in Powder. Ugh. Nice. Alright, one entire outside wall done. Stretching, sorry. This is a big job. Yeah, this is definitely the last job, because that marking up there is the icon for the complete career mode achievement. So I will complete this today. Somehow. Nice. That is a very pretty colour scheme. I'm fond of sky blue and yellow or gold. this is the last job. What do you think you'll do next stream? There are still some achievements in this to get. Like there are special stages that aren't in the campaign. Presumably things they couldn't get fit. Like you think you can clean the Mars rover. Oh, sorry, they got to change clothes 20 minutes ago. I missed that. White and pink. No. Let's go blue and yellow. I match the temple now. Yeah, so there are still like things like that to clean. Let me just have a look at the achievements. I need to redo the van, back garden, playground, gutters, detached house, and Helter Skelter to get those achievements. I need to get 5 gold medals in challenge mode, and I need to complete a bonus job. So basically I'm going to 100% this game on stream. I think that'll be fun. Oh, I dinged the shell. Nice. And then once I've 100%ed this game, I can move on, content in the knowledge that I am a spray lord, lord of spraying. I didn't write keep it fucking clean on this. The final bloody one I completely forgot. There's a Ferris wheel. This is a timeline of my activities. That's me. Oh, what a weird game. What a weird thing to put in this game. No wonder it's your colours. Well, I sort of saw this coming. That's why I called the stream Saviour of the World. Oh, sorry, stretching. It's a nice big job for the last one. At least the last job wasn't something piddly. Like, hey, can you clean my bicycle? I went cycling near the volcano. And then that's the final one because everybody dies. Instead it's, you know, something big and weird and lots of big flat things to clean. I've had a good career as a power washer. I met Lara Croft. Hi, it's Cal. I'm on my way back to Rushless to see what's going on. If you never hear from me again, I've died. Thanks, Cal. Went on a date with Lara Croft. There have been reports of volcanic activity across the entire Pacific Rim. What country is this set in? That doesn't sound good. What, Pacific Rim? No, it's not very good. I haven't seen the second one. Or third one? However many there are now. I've only seen the first. There are two. Okay. Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim... The second Rim? The second... The second... Pacific Rim Armageddon? Uprising. That's better than rimming again. Not a fan of kaiju movies, or was Pacific Rim not to your standards? I just don't think it was very well written. I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. Excuse me. I don't think the characters were particularly compelling. The main character was just a bit insufferable, whereas the female lead should have been the main character. I think the character conflicts were quite lazily written. And most of the human characters were incredibly annoying. Like, the kaiju ideas were interesting. I just think most of the rest let it down. Oh, you finished your drawing. Awesome. Post it on the Discord. I don't know what you were drawing. As long as it's, you know, safe for sharing, stick it on the Discord and I'll have a look. Oh, ding. Nice. See, now after saying Pacific Rim and Rim so much, I've got Arnold, 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 Rimmer stuck in my head. You will never need to use a Zimmer. Oh, you're not on the Discord. That's a shame. You should totally join the Discord, though. It's a really good community. Very friendly. Very polite. Knifehead from Pacific Rim is just a rip-off of a Gamera kaiju. I think they had some, like, the kaiju was sort of generic, but like compared to the what are they called? The ones from the Godzilla remake or reboot. Camilla Hecht from Locktomb. Oh, Camilla. Camilla, was that the name of the robot one from Piltover? Camilla Hecht from Locktomb book series for International Asexuality Day. I've not even heard of that, but cool. The Mutos? I don't know what that is. So I'm just going to blow my nose again. Oh, Mutos, yes, the Mutos, yes. Sorry, from Godzilla, yes. I do know what they are. Yes, Mutos, yes. Got there in the end. Sorry, I got distracted immediately upon raising that up, like bringing that up. And immediately forgot that I'd asked. Yes, Muto. They had personality to them. I should rewatch Godzilla King of the Monsters. I've seen it once and I've really enjoyed it. So I should rewatch it. Because I'm actually a fan of the old school Godzilla movies. I used to watch them with my best friend in primary school. He had like all of the Godzilla movies on VHS. So we used to like stay up all night watching these movies and making fun of them. Like enjoying them but making jokes as well. Like the one bit that I really remember is Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And at one point Destroyer, who is this like big monster with like a mouth inside his mouth, you know, like an alien thing where he opens his mouth and another tiny mouth goes out and goes rah. At one point, he, like, I think it might have been when he was smaller, he was attacking, like, a news van. And there was a woman inside the news van who was like, ah, no, don't get me, and just out of reach of the second grabby mouth. And I remember that my friend goes, like, voicing the little grabby mouth going, hold my hand, and she's like, no, no. I remember that. I mean, it's not very funny, but it was funny when I was like 9. Have you seen Shin Godzilla? Doesn't ring a bell. If it's one of those old movies, I saw a load of them and I don't remember a lot of what they were called. But if it's not one of the old ones, probably not. 2018. Doesn't ring a bell. Japanese one made in 2016 or 2018. Inspired by the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Wow. No, I've not heard of that. Nice. Where's me ladder? There it is. What would be hilarious is if there was like a secret background timer for this one. And like the volcano erupts after a certain amount of time if you haven't cleaned this thing. And it's like, oh, I'm 98% done. Oh, this is going to be so exciting. Boom. And then the entire sky goes dark. In the olden days, Godzilla wasn't a hero. He was sort of like... he was this... Yeah, he was a bit more of a natural... like a walking natural disaster. Not to the degree that you're describing Shin Godzilla. But he was more along the lines of... look, I'm just going to destroy whatever the shit I want. And literally nothing can stop me. And, oh, something's trying to stop me. A big monster is trying to stop me. I guess I will kill it or defeat it. And that's why you had stuff like Mechagodzilla and Space Godzilla, who were designed to kill Godzilla. Because he was much more of an antagonist in his own movies then. Oh, nice. Dinged. Oh, didn't mean to walk off that. It was originally inspired by the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. Yeah. He's heavily rooted in the consequences of nuclear warfare. Nice. In case any of you are unaware, by the way, I streamed Dead Island Riptide the other day, Tuesday, as part of my late night streaming, or for me, late night streaming for like American viewers is sort of mid-afternoon streaming, I think. What have I missed? Ah. So yeah, that'll be streaming every Tuesday. With any luck. Ha. I don't see what I've missed on this wall. I don't see anything I've missed. Ah, here we are. There. Sneaky bloody. Oh. I'm just adjusting my chair a little. Rear octopus wall. What a weird name. Why is there a line of orange on this corner? Nice. That's why it's called rear octopus wall, because there's an octopus there. Alright, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure I can get this done today. Because we're already at, like, over 3 hours, and I'm less than 0.5% done. I mean, I've only been doing this one for an hour, but still, if it's still another hour, that's quite a long stream. Oops. Alright, let's get the scaffold. I think I'll finish this side and then call it a day. Because I'm flagging. I'm still tired. Probably have to go for a lie down after this, just because I'm tired. And then I've got a load of editing to do from yesterday's recordings. Including the Runeterra video for Sunday, in which I build a new deck in the video, which I've not done before. I usually use decks I get from the internet, but this one I built myself. And I will subject myself to people telling me how stupid my designs were. No, people tend to be quite nice actually about that stuff. Like occasionally, like every so often I'll try and do a video that's like, hey, give me your thoughts on how well I did, give me tips, and it's mostly responses are like, well, you should have done this and this and this and this and this. Like I did an Arknights thing that was like Slow Crimson, it was called, where I evaluated how I played a level and asked for feedback. And like some people were nice and helpful, and some just essentially gave me a play-by-play of what they would have done. It's like, that's a tad too much information. I'm not going to take any of that in. But at the same time, it is on me for asking. I need to learn not to ask if I don't want the answer. Or at least don't want that kind of answer. And I did it again with another Arknights thing, where I played through a thing and had some people telling me that I did it all wrong or whatever. I don't remember. Sorry, I'm kind of tired and I'm not really listening to what I'm saying. Like, I do appreciate people giving advice, and for the most part, like, the advice is well-meaned. It's just occasionally that you get someone who's just like, you did it all wrong, you should have done it like this is the smart way, or whatever. But they are few, in fairness. And I do genuinely want to get better at these things, that is why I ask for advice. Like, Runeterra, I always ask for advice, and Runeterra, I actually get a lot of really good advice. And very few people just saying you did it wrong. I will be honest, Luca, a lot of the Crimson Solitaire advice just washed over me. There was a lot of it, and I didn't really take any of it in. Like, I haven't played Crimson Solitaire since then, so before I do play again, I will go and have a read. Because of course I did the Triple S last month, which I may end up doing again this month, because I enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. I sort of enjoy that more than I enjoyed Solitaire, Crimson Solitaire. I remember there were some useful, nice comments about the Phantom and Crimson. I just don't remember who said them or what they said. I just remember vague vibes, and everything else just sort of blurs together as, yeah, I clearly didn't play very well, and people are not shy at telling me I didn't play very well. The main issue I have with that game mode is the random element. But anyway, is that all 4 sides I've done now? It is. And by the way, I had a look just before I started doing that side. I was at 30%. So that side was 8% of this entire thing. So now I've done all the outside. That's actually a pretty good stopping point. Oh, there's a second floor in here. How do I get up there? I'm guessing I need a ladder. Oh, how on earth do I get up there? Can I use this in here? No? I don't know how I'm supposed to get inside there. Oh, wait. That's how. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I saw these side exits and I thought they were the front and back. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Sorry I didn't get this done. I'm tired and yeah, I need to go and rest. And I will finish this next week. I'm only at 1 out of 5 stars for this level. 38%. Ugh. I assume I'm 2% off the second star. Anyway, next time I will go inside and finish Atlantis. Finishing off the game, and then after that I will go on and try some of the special levels, and next stream may be the last one on this. I don't know, it depends how long it takes to get the rest of the achievements. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Follow, sub, subscribe, pledge, Discord, all this stuff linked below the Twitch and in the description of the YouTube stream. Yes, check out my Runeterra stuff if you've enjoyed any of the League of Legends or Arcane or Runeterra lore that we've been talking about today. That is on my tabletop channel, which is also linked below. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next Thursday with more PowerWash, and on Tuesday with some more Dead Island Riptide. Thank you very much for watching. Hello, goodbye, future people, and I will catch you later.